guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for this video because I'm going to be trying the Subtle Beauty stack today. It's a pretty relatively small business, as I understand. I think they have about like 100,000 followers on Instagram. I haven't really heard a lot about them. I think that I first saw them through like an Instagram ad, but I thought it was so cool. So it's a stack. I chose to like choose my own stack and make my own stack. So it has a powder in it, like a shine control powder they call it. So like a finishing powder, eyeshadow, bronzer, lip and cheek, and concealer. They also have like a highlighter you can add to your stack, and a couple other things. They have some like powder products, some cream products, but I just thought it was super cool and really like goes with kind of like the more minimal beauty that I really love. And I thought it was just like innovative and really cool. So I was definitely happy to support like a smaller business as well. So we're gonna try this today. Obviously the idea is really cool. It's different. I've seen stacks like this kind of, but I think usually it's only a stack of like bronzer, blush, or like a stack of just powder eyeshadows. But I don't think I've ever seen a stack where it's basically like a full face in one stack. So you literally just like twist it to get each thing. So it's a little Eyeshadow Duo, and like whatever one you want to use, you just twist. This is a little lip and cheek. So I thought it was really cool. You can obviously like make a little mini stack to go in your purse. Even this is just small for traveling. I thought it was really nice. Like instead of having a bunch of different products like thrown in your purse, you can just have your little stack. So I don't know. Thought it was a really cool concept. Definitely wanted to try these products out. Obviously, like I said, the concept's really cool. So I'm hoping that the actual product inside, like, you know, is good as well. It'll be kind of a different story if the concept's cool but it doesn't really deliver like product wise. So that's what we're gonna try today. So let's zoom in so you can get a little bit of like a better look how it looks on the skin, and we'll test this out. As far as like a base, they just have a concealer in here. They don't have like a foundation or anything yet, at least. So it's supposed to be good if you like that like more light coverage and just like putting coverage where you feel like you need it. So, but I'm gonna start with some SPF because I don't believe that the concealer has any SPF. Plus I'm not gonna be putting it like all over my face or anything. So I'm just gonna put some SPF on first. I'm just using the Supergoop Glow Screen. It's very like minimal beauty, but we obviously still want that protection that's important. So okay, now let's start with the concealer. So you can see that it has like all of the names on there, so you can very clearly see like what part of the stack you're like twisting to. So I have the concealer on the bottom. That's just where they put it when they made my stack. I mean, it's literally like an ombre, so, but it's on the bottom. So definitely not that much like product. I feel like it's gonna last quite a while, but you know, when you get a full-size product by itself, it's usually quite large. So it is like pretty small, but it's supposed to be for traveling, for on the go, like really quick and easy. So, and I want to say that most things in the stack were like $14, so not bad at all. And then on the bottom of each piece it says like the shade. So I got this in Chartiers. I think it was like the second lightest shade, I want to say. So I think I'm just gonna go in with my finger and kind of warm up the product, and then just apply where I feel like I need it. So under the eyes for sure. It's very creamy. It almost feels like a mousse texture. And around the nose. Chin. couple little breakouts here. It doesn't appear to have like any scent or anything, so that's good. I don't like fragrance. Okay, so that's the difference. I know that my lighting isn't great because my window's right like to the side. I always try to use like natural light as much as possible, but it's hard in my small apartment to find a place to film, so I kind of have the light coming from this side. Okay, but if I take the camera and look like at the window, this is the difference. So this side has the concealer and this side doesn't, so it's very light coverage. The color match I think is good for my skin tone. I think I did pretty good with that, but I mean it like covered up the redness, I feel like made it more subtle, but you definitely see through it. It's not like, you know, crazy amount of coverage, but it did just like, you know, brighten up a little bit, even the skin tone out a little bit. Okay, so I really like it. It's just not much coverage, but like I can see myself like in the summertime kind of being on the go, and I like lighter coverage in general, and then especially in the summertime. Like I feel like I like, you know, barely want to wear makeup even, but it's a really nice smooth texture, like almost feels moussey. So it's super easy to like apply where you need it and blend out, and it blends right into the skin. And so I feel like it's really good for like little touch-ups on the go, or like you just literally want to add just a little bit of coverage to feel a little bit more like confident. I wonder if like someday they'll come out with, you know, different levels of coverage for the concealer, but it is a really nice just like natural coverage, and it did make me look more even overall. It's just you do, you know, see through it. So I think they stacked it this way because it's, you know, kind of the steps of it. So this is the concealer at the bottom, and then they have the lip and cheek, and then they have the bronzer. Usually I would do like bronzer first, but since it's a powder bronzer and the lip and cheek is like a cream product, that makes sense to do, you know, the lip and cheek first. So I'm gonna do that. They do have a powder blush as well, but I liked the idea of like a creamy lip and cheek color. And this is in the shade Mauve. And on their Instagram, they pretty much just like use their fingers again and pop it on the cheeks. That's what I'm gonna do. It's a really pretty color. I like this shade. They have a lot of different colors, so whatever you're kind of into, but it has a nice like pigment. It's not too light, but it's not crazy pigmented. It's the same texture as a concealer, I would say. Super creamy. Just adds a little wash of color. Again, the formula is really nice. I mean, like literally no complaints. Super creamy. So I knew this was gonna be super natural. Definitely is, but it adds just a little bit of color to your cheeks and to your lips as well. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with the bronzer. So this one is a powder bronzer, and I got this in the shade Chai. And then I think I just like signed up for their emails, and they give you a free like little travel brush. So it's kind of cute. Goes with the whole like on the go theme, but it looks like a nice shape for bronzer and even like blush and the finishing powder. So I feel like it really goes like quite well with the stack. So I'm gonna try out this bronzer. The brush is nice and soft. So, I mean, it has really nice pigment. It's not crazily pigmented again. Very much so goes along with that whole like natural vibe. But it blended out really nicely. It's definitely a little warmer. They have a lot of different shades of bronzer, so it could be just the one that I chose, but it's definitely a little bit warmer of a bronzer. I think it's gonna be really nice in the summertime for that like warm bronze, like was just in the sun bronze. Really no complaints. It's really nice. It's just a little bit warmer. I've been kind of more used to more the neutral bronzers that aren't like really contour shades. They're not like fully warm bronzing shades. They're just like to give you a little bit of color. I feel like I've been using a lot of those lately, and this one just feels a little bit warmer to me. But again, it could just be the shade that I personally chose. The brush is also nice. It's just soft. I mean, I literally got it for free for signing up for emails, so. Okay, next, eyeshadow. So they have these little eyeshadow duos. So I got this one. It's in the shade Crush. Again, lots of different options, but I liked this more brown. It's like a purpley brown almost. This one's matte and this one is a little shimmery. So I'm gonna just dip into the matte shade. Just do a quick little eye look with it and put that in the crease. Again, none of these have like a scent so far or anything, so I really like that. Like no scent even. Not even like a, you know, sometimes if they don't add scent, it's like a chemically smell. But there's just basically like zero scent. Just gonna put a little bit underneath as well. Like this color goes really well with my shirt color. Okay, that blended out like a dream. I'm just using the Sephora Pro Crease 27 brush. I think I might even apply that on the lid too. Just create like a kind of wash of color over the whole lid and then just put the shimmer on top of the lid. Because I feel like this color is just so pretty. I feel like it's going to be pretty just kind of swiped all over. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the shimmer shade and apply that on the lid. Okay, so that's the eyes. Not like the craziest shimmer shade I've ever seen in my life. It's definitely a very light shimmer. So not my favorite, but I do like the colors of the shadow, and it just added a little bit of like shine, but I guess it's good for like every day if you don't want like a crazy amount of shimmer. But I do feel like it could probably pack a little bit more. As far as blending out, it blended out really nicely. And also like no fallout like whatsoever. Okay, last, the Shine Control powder. This just came in one shade. It's supposed to be like just a universal like setting powder, and also like a powder that you like throughout the day can apply to like keep your oils down and everything and kind of touch up. So I'm just gonna use the same brush they gave me and dip in. Just set down the T-zone. I think it mattified a little bit throughout the T-zone, but it's kind of like hard to tell with powder kind of like how well it works. I'll just kind of have to see if it makes my makeup last longer. I forgot to mention in the bottom of the whole stack there is a little like puff that they give you. So small. So you could also just use this for powder as well. So that is everything in my stack. So I'm gonna add some mascara and some brow gel. But for a really like natural makeup, to only need those two products basically to finish your face is kind of crazy. So I'm just gonna run the Merit brow gel through my brows. I'm gonna stick with the very minimal makeup. So I'm gonna use the Merit mascara. My eyelash curler just broke. And then I went into Sephora and the Tarte one that I was using was completely out of stock. And then I literally walked around like the whole Sephora and I could not find another eyelash curler. I'm just gonna have to like order one, or maybe go to Target or Ulta and grab one, but you don't realize how much it does help until you don't have one, especially with my very straight eyelashes. I'm just gonna try to push them up. Pushing them up kind of worked. Okay, so that is the finished makeup with the Subtle Beauty stack. It's definitely super natural, but I feel like all the products worked really well. Like the creams are super creamy, super blendable, and the powders aren't like patchy or anything like that. So everything like worked really well, I feel like. I think the only thing I didn't like love was the shimmer shade. I feel like could be a little bit more shimmery. It's very like subtle, but it's still pretty. I love the like tone of this. It's definitely very like light makeup, but that's what they like, you know, market towards, and that's kind of like their vibe. Like if you go to follow them on Instagram and stuff, you kind of see how they use the products and how it's a very minimal and very like an everyday natural makeup vibe, like on the go, quick and easy, stuff like that. So I mean, it definitely fits like what they're trying to accomplish, I feel like. I'm excited to try it with foundation, like on top of an actual foundation, to get a little bit more like coverage and just see how it like works in with that. It'll also take some time to see if like the finishing powder works, see if it makes the makeup actually last and like stay like not greasy down my T-zone and stuff like that. But I feel like this is going to be a really big product for me like in the summertime. Right now I feel like it's like the dead of winter and I'm so pale, like my skin's so dry. I just feel like I need a little bit more coverage during this time to make myself feel a little bit like more confident and stuff. But for the summertime, when I'm like tan and like kind of more on the go and just like popping like a wash of color on the cheeks and just adding the concealer like where I need it, I feel like that's gonna be like the perfect time for this kind of product for me, at least. But like I said, it definitely accomplishes what they're kind of going for that minimal beauty, and something that's very user friendly, something that you can use like your hands on with a lot of the products. So it's very like quick and easy, it's small, very easy to travel with, throw in your purse, things like that. So if that sounds like something you would like, I definitely don't feel like you're going to be like disappointed. I think everything works really well in these. I feel like it's quite affordable as well. I think this whole entire stack was like $75. So like I said, that's like my full face of makeup. I literally just needed like mascara and brow gel. Super reasonably priced, and I like that it's like customizable to you as well. So yeah, I'm definitely all for it. I'm excited to have it. I'm excited to experiment a little bit more with it. So definitely let me know in the comments below if this seems like something that's up your alley, if you think you're going to try it out. But thank you so much for being here. Definitely like this video if you enjoyed it, learned something, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time for another new video. Bye!